yeah, low cash. Yeah. I've been stepped on, left out, top out. I've been stepped on, left out, top out. Stepped on. Yeah, I've been stepped on, left out, top out. Homeboy got me shot for free. Do you know the feeling down bad? Block on sir, you she remember watching Mojo Trips with blow the youngest out that bitch. I was chubby, kinda ugly, with them dread poking out my shit. Quick to riot, that's how I can't got him. Shot came up with that shit in that bottle. It was like fuck school. I don't need
Measured in secrecy, they call me Grace. Cause I've been so amazing at hiding her face. I've hidden black eyes with accolades. I can effortlessly blend her bruises with accomplishments, repaired her shattered heart with coincidence. Cause after all, nobody really meant to hurt me. It just kinda happened. And after they completed such a great job at backstabbing, I was still standing there clapping, cheering them on like, way to bring this victory home. See, if I would've known better, I would've did better. But when I did know, I didn't, and now I'm a single black mother of 5 kids, and that's how most of the world sees me, as merely a garden to drop their seeds in. And I've been waiting on a season for them to call me by my real name, Autumn, and not Fall. Cause every time I fell, I got back up, been trapped 1,000 times, but never got stuck, and I've been genuinely good to people, but bad karma is just my luck. If grief was algebra, I would be 5 times a single mother, the square root of a jilted lover, pride hidden under the cover of the black superwoman syndrome. And I've been looking for a place called home for as long as I can remember. And I've been making my way from January to December, only to find out that I resemble a bag lady. And they've been coming just to come and then running lately, but only if they knew that I was the savior, they wouldn't treat me like I needed saving. If burdens could be multiplied, I would be the product of centuries of mental slavery. If I could find it in my heart to be okay with being your ex, I would probably be willing to offer you more than just occasional sex. If confidence had a color, my melanin would be dark deceiver. If frustration had pupils, my eyes would make you a believer. If pain was a person, it would be Shakedra. If long suffering had a hue, then I would be a brown recluse because I have a habit of killing that shit. If black girls could be subtle, our intelligence wouldn't always require a rebuttal. Society wouldn't force us to buckle our hair under perms and hot combs. I could express my disdain without the use of a poem. I wouldn't have to be naked or shake my ass just to get noticed. And amongst my people, I would find solace. If a black woman was a score, she would be winning. If her strength was rain, she would be a monsoon. In a dark world, she would always be a full moon. Only greatness would be able to sustain the war within her womb. If her presence could be measured in waves, then she would be a tsunami. And if her passion had a temperature, it would be called wasabi. And if the measure of a black man could be put into words, then he would be God, or maybe king, not merely just 1/4 of a human being. Not blood, not Crips, not folks, not disciples, not y'all boys, not Zoes, but one nation where we all adhere to the code that no one of us is as strong as all of us, and if you fuck with one of us, then you fuck with all of us. And if his faith could be seen, he would be the dirt beneath every living tree, the soil that covers every living seed. His smile would be a holiday, his laughter like an earthquake. He would be the skyline in Zimbabwe. And if black people could be heroes, we would be Philando, Castile, or Emmett Till, or an armed security guard doing his job in Chicago, or waiting for his friends in Starbucks, or asking for directions after missing the school bus, or stopping to help stranded motorists, or extending love, patience, and kindness to a white kid in our church pews before he murdered us. And if President Obama would have acted like Trump, well, he probably would have been assassinated. Because after all, that's what happens to our greats, right? They get taken. But if redemption could be measured in promises, then damn it, I want my 40 acres and a mule. I want due process. I want the right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. But if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, or drug dealers, or utility bills, or first of the month checks, or societal rejects, or waiting by the mailbox in the projects, or 16 shots to the torso, or pleading for our souls in the courtroom. But if our blood was rations, we would surely allow the enemy to sip. But black skin ain't embraced with weapon arms they clip. Assault rifles and police badges come with standard issue bogus charges. But if I was truly from this planet, this would all make sense. But spaceships don't come with mirrors, they dip. So I guess if I gotta be here, I might as well make the best of it. Thank you.
This is why I am officially naming Miss Shakedra Jenerette, Poet Laureate of Lourdes, South Carolina.
State your name one more time.
Shakedra Jenerette.
Alright, now I'll play that back.
This, I know, you have all those labels, all those titles, and probably even more as an author.
Mm-hmm.
How has the bottom impacted your life and all the roles that you play in your life and all the titles that you have, or has it?
Okay, well, it has. I'll tell you this. One of my closest friends was Jamar. Y'all call him Classic. And
Okay.
he was murdered in the bottom.
Okay, I think some people know him as Bad.
Yes, as bad.
Okay.
So I called
I
him
didn't know his other
Jamar.
one.
Yeah,
I knew him. I knew him Jamar. I knew him
as
as Jamar. That's what I knew him
Yes.
as. Yeah.
So
but
he
I have
was-
heard Classic
right.
and Bad. Yeah.
He, when they first moved down here, they moved to the projects. So I was first friends with his sister. He was the annoying little brother. So
Okay.
he becomes then my annoying little brother too.
Yeah.
So just coming up, you know, even getting in trouble, and when he was in prison and stuff, I always communicated with him. Back when Doodoo was murdered, I started having prayer walks and prayer vigils and stuff like that, and I would come through the bottom because you guys need to be involved. This is your friend.
Okay.
And Jamar would be one of the people who would come walk with us a little bit.
Okay.
He would be the one who would hold the signs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He would be the one who would donate. Not that the rest of them wouldn't, but I had a soft spot for him.
Right.
So when he was murdered in the bottom in front of his son by somebody else, by a friend, for me, it was like, okay, as a whole, we gotta do more. Because as a village, y'all saw the beef. And before the beef got that serious, it was enough of y'all down there to squash it. Y'all could have prevented this death and prevented now this young man growing up without a father. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, that was one of the biggest impacts in my life from the bottom, because I started doing more as it relates to young men. Because before my focus was women, and I have 4 sons.
Gotcha.
Right? So
Okay.
for me, I was like, wait a minute. You have 4 boys in your house. You need to learn, you know, how to help them when they're depressed, when they're trying to decide, you know, which life to choose. So the bottom has impacted me in that way, because for me, Jamar was doing his music. He was on to something big. Like, he was really, really good. And our whole conversations while he was in prison was, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna get to the music. And he did that, but he was still in the bottom doing other things too.
Yeah.
So what that drove me to do is start telling my sons, you can't live 2 lives, because one of them is going to choose for you.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the one that you would have chose for yourself. Case in point, my oldest son was just sentenced to 5 years. When he went into court, in the federal courtroom, the judge told him, you don't even fit the mold of somebody that should be in my courtroom. Yes, you was raised by a single mother, but when I see all of the things that she's done, you don't even fit the mold of somebody that should be here. But he was still not choosing.
Right.
So the life that he was never chose for him. So for me, that's where I'm at with young men right now.
I'm sorry to hear
You
that.
gotta choose the life that's best for you, not for your friends, not for this little fame. Because it's crazy to me, when I was growing up, I never knew who the gangbangers were. I knew who you go to in the community if something happened. They never wore their flags. They never had on red and all of these colors. You never knew who they were, because it was mostly about protecting the community. They did what they did, sold their drugs, whatever. But I believe it was more about protecting the community and not the fame that it is now with the young kids.
All right.
Because I don't even have to ask you what gang you in. Everything's red. Everything you say starts with a B or a C or an X or all of this other stuff.
Right.
The police don't have to ask us nothing about you. You telling them everything they need to know.
Right, without saying a word.
Right, and so it's for me in the bottom now. Where are the OGs that I had? Where are y'all?
Yeah.
Because the ones that are down
They've
there,
lost something too, because
Yes.
I see them, but something has been
Taken.
stripped from them also.
absolutely,
Yeah,
along the way,
yeah.
they have lost. Cause I remember, I heard something and it just resonated with me so much when the lady said, "I remember a time when boys were afraid to walk amongst men. Now, these young men are so disrespectful, they don't care who you are. You could be the man that's going to save their life, the man or woman that can change their life. They have no respect for you because they don't have any respect for their own life.
Right.
So for me, it's like, when are the men going to fix that?
Yes.
Because it's going to come better coming from you.
Yes.
Somebody that they can relate to wholly.
Yes.
Because for me, I'm a woman. I'm just mama fussing.
I'm just mama. I'm babying you. I have and it's ironic that you speak to that point, because there is a young man. Actually, the young man that you saw, he's one of them that you see in here now, working with them. Thank y'all. You know, I want to thank them for that, because he was one on my mind, as well as another one who's much younger than him, that I said, I got to do something for him. I want to grab him and save him and hold him. And I had a friend that visited me, and she just wanted to baby him, take him home and clean him up and love him. And like you said, they see it. That's what they see us as too. When we talk to them, come here, let me talk to you. What you doing out here? We just the mama. We just the one that cuddles them and babies them, and and we come with a message and a sternness, but it's still translated to them as, that's mama.
Right, yeah.
That's mama. She just being mama. That's what mama's supposed to do. But no, I care. I really care, and I want to do something.
Right, and I think if the older men, I think what they've lost is the ability to be genuinely vulnerable. Because we've been taught in the last few generations that vulnerability is weakness. Yeah. And so they've lost that touch. Like, men are so insensitive these days to almost everything. Common sense things they are insensitive to. So it's like, that is the piece that they're missing. And they need to teach these young boys that it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to be angry, because anger has its purpose. Yeah. I teach my sons that now. Listen, anger has a purpose. Find out why you're angry and deal with that. Yeah. Because until you do that, that anger is always going to show up when you least expect it. When you least need it to be there. When you least need it to be there. In
places where it's not. Right. It doesn't make sense to be.
And I think, the men in the bottom have lost that. They are more of a friend or enablers, or I need you for something. Right. I can use you. Absolutely.
For my agenda.
Yeah, there's no more village. There is no more village, and that is what I want to get back to. But what I have found is, in my experience, is that when I have reached out to men for those purposes, whether it be with my sons or other young men, they will become more interested in me than the purpose. And now I can't even, and these are upstanding men in the community. Right. So if I can't trust you with me as an adult, I know I can't trust you with these young men. Because see, you want to teach them to be just like you.
Yeah, because you see how I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you vulnerable in need
Right.
for you to help these young men.
Absolutely.
You got to get past me.
This.
It ain't about me.
Yeah.
Get past all this. It ain't
Right.
about me. This is not
Right.
what's important
Exactly.
right now. What's important to me right now, these young men. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Thank you. So we're almost to a close because I do want to ask you a little bit more about your book, because you do have a book. I am a nut.
Right.
Shakedra. And I know you have another poetry book, your first one.
Right. If you only knew my story.
If you only knew my stories, I have that one, and it's good. I really like it. It speaks to me. What was your motivation with the poetry?
So when I was younger, we went through some things as children, and I'm always careful about what I say because I don't want to hurt anybody or embarrass anybody.
Right.
So, but we did go through things that people wouldn't notice because what happens in this house stays in this house. So it started off with me writing letters to God and leaving them in the Bible.
Oh wow.
So that's how it started. And one day this lady just told me, she said, do you write? I said, yes. I said, yeah. She said, do you let people read it? I said, no. She was like, why? I was like, because it's personal. It's between me and God. And she said, do you know that you were never intended to be a writer, but that you pulled that gift from God's heart when you were a little girl? And I went back to all of the things I was going through. We had this old record player, and they were long.
Yeah, long.
And a record player sat
in the middle. Yep.
So we never used it, and we had a Bible. So I would get the Bible, write notes to God about what I wanted Him to fix, and put it in the Bible and put it in the old record player and close it and cover it back up. And so I've been writing ever since to me, and now writing is breath. Writing is my release. Writing is how I heal myself. Writing is how I heal others. Writing is activism. It's philanthropy. It's war. Like it's so many things. To me, it's a weapon because I get to use it to do. I can heal you with my words, or I can cut you with my words. I can build you with my words. I can tear you down with my words. So I'm always careful with what I say to people. Sometimes not how I say it.
Right.
Working on that part. Most times
work in
probably
progress.
not how I say it.
Okay.
But the words that I use, I'm very careful with them. But that's how I became a writer. It started with me writing letters to God about what I needed Him to do for me. Because we're in a safe space. I'm from South Carolina, but when I leave, I'm from Queens, okay? I'm outside from Queens, but I'm from South Carolina. So here goes. It's amazing that you refer to me, the black woman, as a whore and a trick. It's because of my womb that your black ass even exists. But you don't know me now because Willie Lynch offered you a free trip. Got me sitting on the dock waiting to retrieve what we left on the ship. And when Uncle Tom died, hip-hop became the new whip. Because y'all purchased Chief Keef's record even after he said it would increase the murder rate. We live in a world where a grown man will sleep with a 10-year-old and not consider that shit rape. Where chicks will screw you after a conversation, never mind the first date. Where daddies are busy chasing titties and thighs to dive in. While your baby mama is wondering where her next high is. Suddenly she realizes it's just on the other side of your baby girl's hymen. His force burns the walls of her vagina, her little lungs screaming well like sirens. Another child suffocating in the circumstances of our people's silence. Who am I raising? Obama or Osama? Barack or Bin Laden? I sought the village for solace. Their reply was, you're a bastard, you're a problem. See, they were too busy turning up screaming, fuck the world, don't ask me for shit. But the truth is, the world wouldn't risk getting you pregnant, but he will dangle free checks and rentless projects to entice you with. just to keep you on your knees, which is the perfect position for you to suck his dick. No longer are we hung on display in the town's gallows. You can find us bent over in rap videos and feeling chosen on reality TV shows, rolling on the floor on Maury with the Who's My Baby Daddy woes, standing on the corner without fake Michael Kors and our store-bought afros. Always poor because we think status is determined by the price tag on our clothes. I've come to the conclusion that my people are just ass backwards. The body appears free, but the mind remains shackled. That's right, they got us timed like traffic. Red light stop, green light go. You made 1.0 and now you a pro? Got them looking at you like, hey, ho. See, they already convinced us that we were naughty by nature, and that's why a dark-skinned sister will look at a light-skinned sister and automatically hate her. Now I realize that she's that way because Master took someone that looked like me and raped her. She's still a slave even if she is a house nigga. But I don't understand why you don't get that the picture is bigger. Bigger than No Child Left Behind. Bigger than a preschool to prison pipeline. But I said it before, my people are just ass backwards. The body appears free, but the mind remains shackled. See, we are a people divided. The way we defile each other keeps our enemies excited. This world don't give a damn about us and they don't even hide it. But see, we got used to being slaves. There's no need to deny it. Thank you.
Yeah! Blow, blow, blow.
That's awesome. Well, I noticed that you have 2 copies of this. One here. Is this a workbook?
So this is a journal. I make journals as well. Well, and that's a note. It's a journal, but my kids have.
Okay.
It's empty.
Okay.
My kids have them as well as school notebooks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have lots of journals, and I also have another book that's coming out when I stop procrastinating, and it's called I Almost.
Look what I opened up to.
Oh my
I
God,
promise
it's
you.
big.
I promise you. I just opened up, and this is where it is. My God is big.
Right.
And you just said that you wrote letters to God.
Yeah.
And that's how you.
Man, I'm telling
This
you.
is chilling. This is beautiful.
Man. But yeah, so my third book is I Almost Forgot, and I Am Enough. It is a raw testament of my journey from not understanding that I was enough and accepting anything handed to me because I didn't have anything to measure it against with no father in the home.
Right.
And no male role model, period, you know, to measure that against. So it's a journey of me learning that I have to accept the stuff that I accepted from people too.
Yeah, you have to accept the fact that you accepted.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And then it just talks about my journey to the point where I realized that I had always been enough. I just didn't know it, so I didn't require it.
All right, state your name one more time.
Shakedra Jenerette.
All right, now I'll play that back.
I just didn't know it, so I didn't require it. And some of those people who I was with knew it, but they wanted to beat it out of me because they were intimidated by it. And not just men in relationships, but women, jobs, you know, supervisors, family. Because me being who I am offends you because you didn't become all you were supposed to be. So now me trying so very hard to be everything I'm supposed to be in this universe offends you. I realize about myself, when I just don't like somebody for no reason, I check me. And what I realize every time that is something about them that reminds me of who I used to be. So now I talk to those people and I try to mentor that part of them that I've came through. But I realized that about myself, like, why you don't like that person? For that don't make no sense for no reason. So let me check me. Like, let me see if this like energy, intuition, the ancestors talking to me, or is this just me? And when it's just me, I gotta check that.
Oh yeah.
Cause that means you were sent to me, and now I gotta give you something that was once given to me.
All right, state your name one more time.
Shakedra Jenerette.
All right, now I'll play that back.
A black woman. The one thing he openly denies. But see, his seed, that shit never compromises. See, it's faithful to the end. It always returns from where it began. But I get it, I'm angry. Cause nigga, you left me here hanging. With no father, no husband to claim me. Just another black woman nameless. While you out here making a generic brand of my physique famous. And then have the audacity to get upset when I expect payment. Yeah.
All right, state your name one more time.
Shakedra Jenerette.
All right, now I'll play that up.
So can we start?
And am I looking at you or am I looking at
I think
you?
us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
All right, are we ready? We're rolling? Okay. So we spoke to you earlier about your experience coming up and how your experience was connected to the bottom or how the bottom impacted your life. And now we're here and we see you have your book, your first book in front of
Right.
you, your poetry book, If You Only Knew My Story.
Right.
And it's here in Roots and Culture. What was the reason for choosing this business to have your book sold?
So it's kind of funny because I'm not, in the past I wasn't really a conversation starter, but I would always come in here to get different items, and this right here is kind of like an extension of the old bottom, because you could come in here and you could sit down and talk, and this is a place that I would be okay with my sons coming to get sound advice, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
from somebody. So I was just in here one day talking to him about my book.
Him, you mean Twice?
Twice, yeah. I was just in here one day talking to Twice about my book, and I think it probably was when I was about to write my second book. And he said, well, why didn't you come and ask me to put the book in a store so people can sell it, so people can see it,
Okay.
and they can buy it from here, as opposed to, he was like, because sometimes older people don't do all of the online stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have the social media, but they'll come in here.
Right.
And I was like, you okay with that? And he was like, of course I'm okay. Like, why wouldn't I be okay with you putting your book in
Gotcha.
here? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and that's how it happened, because I would have never at that point in my life been comfortable enough to start that conversation.
Gotcha.
And so just in telling him, I guess he heard how passionate I was about what I was doing, and he was just like, let's put it on display.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. So you have the in-store, you have people that can come in the store and purchase the book, because I know when I purchased it from you, or I think I even came to your house.
I probably.
Actually, yeah, this is when they were first out the box.
Right.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
do have an opportunity for people to purchase online.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
you
Where can they?
You can purchase from our website.
Okay.
It's yesiamenough.com.
Okay.
And you just go to the tab that says shop, and right up under that is a tab that says books, because we have apparel and other things
Okay.
that you could purchase off of the website. But yeah, it's under the shop tab, and then you hit books.
Okay. And speaking of I Am Enough, that's your second book.
Right, that's the
Okay.
second book. Yep, I Am Enough.
Yes, you are.
I Am Enough is really a raw, detailed journey of me not understanding that I was enough until I got to the point that I realized I was. And my next book that I've been procrastinating on is called I Almost Forgot, because sometimes, like, even though I knew I was enough, I went through this season of loneliness because people didn't want to give me what I deserved, because I had been accepting so much less than that, for so long. So I went through this period of loneliness, and loneliness is the most dangerous place I've ever been, because I would accept some things or do some things that I normally wouldn't have done just because I was lonely. So after coming out of that, I realized that, I almost forgot that I was enough, and almost went back to what was familiar.
Okay. Well, I thank you. I appreciate you. I'm not going to take too much of your time. Thank you again, and good blessings with your 2 books that you already have and the next one that's to come,
Thank you.
as well as your podcast that we spoke about.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for that, because I'm going to keep throwing that in
Right,
there. I'm going to keep
absolutely.
reminding you to be
Yes.
selfish,
Right.
and get that
Get it
done,
done.
because even being selfish with that, you're still being selfless, because I need that and so many others need
Absolutely.
it. So thank you.
Absolutely.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you. All right.
No problem.
All right, here we are at Miss Pretty Tay's. Thank you, Tay. We gotta give you a shout out for allowing you to let us use your business. I'm here with Miss Shakedra Jenerette, and That's your niece, right? Pretty
Right,
Tay
yeah,
is
she
your
is.
niece. We're in her salon, so thank you, Tay. I appreciate that. I just want to start. We are doing a documentary on the bottom, and I know your life isn't like your whole life isn't like encompassed around the bottom, but I wanted to know if you have any direct experience, indirect experience, or if the bottom has impacted your life in some way. And I know I asked a couple questions on top. You can first start with any experience if you want to, and then maybe lead into the impact that it may have had on your life, and then we'll move forward from there.
So as a little girl, I have a lot of fond memories of the bottom itself because my uncle owned the crab stand.
Oh, the infamous crab
right,
stand.
Uncle Henry.
Keep hearing about that.
He was the best. Like if he was well right now, he would be so rich because everybody wants crab plates and stuff right now. But during the time, he was the only one doing it. I don't recall anybody else doing that. So he would have crabs and clams and oysters, but the crabs were the main thing.
And who is this?
Uncle Henry. This is my grandmother's brother.
Henry Jenerette.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right. Funny thing is, we've always called him Henry, but that is not his real name, but whatever. No, his real name is Leroy, but I found that out when we were grown.
Wow.
Right, crazy. But so we would come down on weekends to get crabs, or during the summer, a lot we would be able to come in the bottom and stand around the crab shack and watch him cook, and it was just all love.
Okay.
It was all love. I was never, I as a kid, I can never say I was afraid of being in the bottom. It was just all love. From everybody. There was always music playing, there was always somebody dancing, play fighting and slap boxing. DJ Cube sometimes, he was a great break dancer. I don't know if y'all know that about DJ Cube.
No,
but
I just always know him as a DJ.
Yes, Marvin was an awesome break dancer back in the day, and he was in a relationship with my aunt, so he's always having his Adidas stuff with his Kango hat and stuff. So for me, the bottom was just great memories of just family and love and kids running around and playing. My grandmother used to take us to revivals in the bottom, like at the top of the street now where they burn the barrel.
Is this towards the track or?
No, the other end.
701?
Yep, towards that end, and that big open little grass space right there. Yeah. We used to have tent revivals there. We used to go to revivals with my grandmother there at nighttime. Oh God, it would seem like it was forever because it would be just about to get dark when we got there. But by the time we left, we were like so sleepy and hungry. It was a mess, but it was still love because even though everybody had on their church gear, they're doing revival right there. Everybody else doing their own thing in the rest of the bottom. When we left, we walked through the bottom to go home on the hill.
And so what was going on like in the rest of the, on both sides of the show? What else was going on?
So there was a club called Players. That's the one I remember the most.
So I'm sorry to cut you off. So while y'all are over here having revival, the club scene is going on.
Right, but I don't recall it being loud. I do not recall overhearing their stuff over the church stuff. I only remember hearing it when we were leaving and we got right in front of it, and people probably were sitting in their cars or on top of their cars mostly playing music and just standing around talking. So but I don't ever recall hearing the secular music over the revival. And I just remember it being tense and mud because I remember we would have to leave our little white patent leather shoes on the porch when we got back on the hill. But
and the hill is across the tracks.
Yeah, the hill is across the tracks. We grew up on West Street.
Okay.
And it's like a couple streets It's like the street that Sonny's is on is Jenerette. Our family is on West Street and it intersects Jenerette Street.
Okay.
But yeah, it was cool. We would listen to Mr. Cooley, who used to live like right beside where Sonny's is, and he would preach all day, all night. There was a house beside Players. There was a young lady that lived there named Kay. She had 2 children. Her and my mom were really, really good friends. So sometimes we would go to her house, and her and my mom and their little friends would go stand up and, hang with their little friends. Right. And, kids, we're going to sneak on a screen porch and, and look out.
I think that house is still there. Is that?
I'm not sure if it's the same exact house is still there. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I know Kay did own it, but she has passed away. That's Mark and Dominique's mom. But I'm not sure if anybody owned it after her. But
what's up? How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Can you see me?
I can't see you. You have to turn on your video.
There we go.
Oh, your camera.
Go, Dominique.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm Crystal. Is that Markel? I know y'all. Y'all know me, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Tom and Markel.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? So I hear y'all got some stories for me about the bottom. Y'all know myself and a couple people working on a documentary of the bottom. I hear y'all grew up there.
Yeah.
Right across the street from Miss Christine's shop, that vacant lot over there.
Oh yeah, okay, across from the vacant lot. So the house that was there, is it there anymore?
No. When Mama, right before Mom's passed away, they a hurricane came through, and I can't remember which one it was.
Hurricane Danny.
But it flooded the bottom real bad down there, and so after she passed and, we got through all that and stuff, we went back down there, the floors had buckled and things to that effect like that. And it was just too much damage to repair. So they went ahead and just tore the house down and whatnot. So yeah, it's just a vacant lot there now.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. Right across from Christine's and whatnot, Browns.
Yeah, the park. I see the parking lot. It has like a lot of dips and bumps and holes in it. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So do y'all want to kind of state who's who? I know who's who, but just for recording purposes.
He's just go ahead and run in right quick, check on the kids. But
okay.
I'm Dominic Hemingway, youngest son of Maggie K. Hemingway. Lived in the bottom until I was about 12, and that's when she passed away.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, darling.
Rather for her to be at ease and to be in the pain that she was in.
Okay, I got you. Good for you.
Introduce yourself.
What do you mean? Just say my name and stuff? Okay. Hi, my name is Markel Hemingway. They call me Mark for short. And I grew up in Laureate, South Carolina in the bottom.
But we would be there on a screened-in porch, as kids playing. Just watching people walk up and down, the music coming from the different clubs, people riding through with their nice cars, with the doors open. And as kids are amazed, we get to see all of this. It's late, and I just remember it being a fun place. From maybe around elementary school until maybe middle school. Around middle school, like in Loris, you used to know everybody. We knew that the local child molester drove a little blue car. His name was Bernie. So we knew if you were on a road by yourself and you saw Bernie, you definitely get off that road. You knew that.
Where's Bernie today?
I think Bernie is dead because he was old then.
Okay.
He was old then, but he was a white male. His name was Bernie. He had a little blue car. There was another man, I don't remember his name, but he was an African-American, a black man, and we knew to stay away from him too. So there was also this elderly guy who used to cut hair, and we knew to stay away from him too.
So y'all were all like really living as a community and taking care of
The
each other.
village, absolutely,
A village, yes.
absolutely. If I did something,
I remember
like we
feeling
used to,
like that when I
we
would come to Lourdes.
right. We used to live in a project, so we would walk through the pasture.
That's Tall Ponds.
Yeah, we used
Okay.
to we used to live in Kingston, which is the smaller apartments.
Okay.
But there was no separation.
Okay.
All of us were just project kids.
Right,
like
right.
we got
Yep,
on a
I was
bus
there
together, right? And
How old were you?
oh God, we moved out there when we were very young. I was in elementary school,
Me
maybe
too.
kindergarten.
I was there when I was in kindergarten,
Yeah,
first grade,
right.
in the back corner with my mom and her boyfriend and me and her 3 kids.
So when we got a little bit older, and we would walk from the projects on the hill to where my great grandmother's house is and my other family. If we were going to the store, if we cut through the bottom, you stop to get a pickle or a pig feet or a pickled egg from John Powell.
Okay.
To get you some food from Miss Christine's, and that's it.
Okay.
You don't stop. You don't talk to anybody. There was two men from the projects, Leroy Douglas and Dennis, Tall Dennis.
Yeah.
Maya's daddy Dennis.
Dennis did.
Super deep. If I was coming through the bottom to go uptown, Leroy, why did you come through here? Why you didn't go the other way?
Okay.
Go find a book to read and hurry up and get out the bottom. Super D would always say, you're walking too slow. I got a bullet with your name on it, speed up. And they would tell me this from middle school until high school. Anytime I came through the bottom,
Wow.
you know,
Just looking out.
There are some kids who had different upbringings who there was nothing said to them coming through the bottom.
Right.
But me and my older sister, because my younger sister, we kept her sheltered. You stay here, we go get the candy and stuff and come back, you know?
Yeah.
But there was that group of us who they knew that their family is not gonna play this.
Okay.
You shouldn't even be down here.
Gotcha.
You don't even fit the mold to be down here.
Gotcha.
So speed it on up.
Right.
And Leroy and Super D were the two people who would always embarrass me if I walked through the bottom thinking I'm cute.
Right.
Oh yes. They would Leroy would say, go find a fucking book to read or something. Get your black ass out this bottom. Super D will fuss at me until from one end to the other end, I got a bullet for you with your name on it. I only keep one bullet and it's for you. Get from down here.
Oh, wow.
And that was the bottom when I came up.
Yeah.
But now it's a different story.
Yeah.
So,
Unlock the gate.
I'm gonna see you later.
No, I'm
You asked him to dip between the neighbors and bottom Lord's bar.
No, I ain't going to. You better be careful, little man.
Damn, man, we need to get
You
this
better be
shit.
careful.
We need to get some, man. We need to put all this.
Okay, all right then. I'm gonna let you ride then. I'll catch you later on. All right. I'm glad you told you shall run away, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't play around. This is my town. Always been my town. I've been running this town all my life. Me and Marvin, all the rest of them. And Super D, he high. I don't know where the hell he at. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause he told me he was on the way. Charlie, you all right? You good full? Okay. Oh, you put your own mother, you put your bad mother. Yeah, he pointed at you. Well, what the hell going on? He pointed his finger at you. You ate that damn rice and chicken, you good to go. That's all with the next plate, next day or sometime. You better get that little boy before you got that freezer there. Man, that boy gonna freeze to death in that boy, man. Carly, if you don't get out that barn and get him some cover and put on about 4 or 5 socks, that's something gonna free. They ain't gonna do him no good. If he get to do one of them heaters there, he gonna suffocate himself to death. He ain't got no electricity or nothing but to run a damn water. He get that kerosene heater, you'll find him in there. Just go ahead and call the ambulance. Froze to death. And that goddamn shit gonna suck it and go kill them. And he ain't open the door, let the damn shit go out of there. You know when that kerosene burn, you know a little fuel come out. Yeah. You gotta open get that mother some air.
You gotta have some ventilation.
Yeah, you got your Johnson gotta have it, man. Little O'Cali full now. He thought he gonna play for later on, but he that got count. He might give some damn leftover. Hey, hello! Man, I need something, man. Come in and holler at you, man. Come in and holler at you. Oh, goddamn low life. Why I can't do that with you? All right, Chris, what you doing?
Hey, that's dope.
Ah!
You know what's playing?
Yeah.
Mary J.
Hey, I know that's right.
I recall the days and ways of love we made. I still feel the heat when we share each
Say what?
other.
With the study,
Don't you feel the magic?
I ain't know what he was talking about at first.
I didn't know we was sitting there and playing.
When I turn it off, he's supposed to go back and get it in.
Little dip, you Veronica, you get your eyes knocked out, boy. Who you think you at? You ain't out in the country. No, let that mama starve, Marvin. Marvin, let that bastard starve. Don't feed him. He stay where I stay. I let him feed, I let him starve. No, I don't give a damn about no fucking little deal. I want to bust his
What's
damn
up, TK?
So y'all catch out there on the trap, you know.
I gonna left that track.
What's up, 10K?
You quit.
Oh, you don't know your name? What's up, 10K?
What's up?
You don't know your name?
I ain't see you over there.
Little deal. He tell me if I come down here, I can't come and be around him.
What you doing?
I told him, fuck him. The hell wrong with him? I'm grown. You ain't my
I've been
daddy.
working, man.
Yeah, you ain't my damn daddy. You can't tell me where I can't go.
I ain't even been in
Big
the
job.
studio recording.
Yeah, so you hadn't reached back
I
out to
didn't
old
see you,
girl?
man.
Huh?
You hadn't reached back out to old girl?
I didn't see you, man.
Where did you reach out to? Messenger?
How y'all doing, baby?
What's up,
I
Lola?
want to get you in this video, man.
That messenger you had sent me.
Reach out to Messenger.
That's what I did.
Messenger?
And I
Try the phone again.
I forgot the number now.
I'll send it to you again.
Man.
She ma-
Hold on, I'm good, baby. I gotta run back to the shop for a minute. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. I'll be back. I got a minute on the yard right now. Let's go to hit this motherfucker.
Good, yeah, thank you, baby. Let's go low.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah, let me go.
Low.
Let me go ahead and get.
You about doing what?
Let me go ahead and take this motherfucker right there. You know that minute on the yard, boy. I got about 35.
Low, let me go hit that motherfucker before you go. Low, see the Johnny ain't low. He told you to be there when you come at the party right there, low.
Yeah, we say that, then I'm gonna turn that whole motherfucker show around.
As soon as you get going, come out.
Party's not done.
Hey, where you shit at, man?
I got it in my pocket. I'm gonna roll it up.
What pocket?
I need something to calm me down.
That boy crazy.
That's great. That's a low line. I don't think Tubby's been out to get none, is he?
Yeah, that's something been out here.
Oh, he did?
Hey, yeah, tell him, Ron.
Yeah.
Let me be my friend or not.
I'll be right back, but I got some money on the yard.
How many been, baby?
I put the sauce on one side when I flip it. And put sauce on the other side, chicken ready. I got to have it right. Bro, we ain't got no more. I don't think we got no more. I'm still nursing that damn way. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Ain't nothing soda we can have. You want a soda?
It's old lady.
You got one?
I reckon I can get something.
You got mail number? No, I
up, Super D? Super D, you're a legend in these parts. Let's talk about your legend. Let's talk about your legacy. Say what?
One and only another phony.
Another one a phony?
Another phony.
Another phony, okay.
Another phony.
Translate that.
On the last of the about the last of the more evil.
Yeah. They call it Super D.
Super. Where they get to and the world can't take it away.
Okay. Preach.
It's about over with now. Pass the collection plate now.
He about the last of the Mohawk. Him and goddamn Kilroy. That's it.
I do all the time.
I want you to move me.
Don't
I don't have you on camera. I'm just sincerely asking how you doing. I'm just sincerely asking how you doing. See, that's what I like.
I only know Frank. I don't really know all these niggas ain't at the bottom. I don't know until he started coming in. I never know. You know, I was
back in the day,
I don't know.
Way back in the day.
I know that's Papa G's brother.
I know I'm not the only.
You and me came with the
Same, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you stayed in North Carolina, and I stayed in South Carolina.
I've been in the city for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, yeah.
I had about two. Only
Happy early birthday, Super D.
64.
All right.
64 the ball.
Where I was? I come yesterday.
Celebration.
I ain't want to say it, but I mean, 64-year-old niggas, you know, look like this. I want to say that stuff. Drunk it out.
I ain't thought I was. Watch it now. What you driving in?
I got a you don't sell stuff, man. Watch it, man.
Super D, tell me some stories, man. I heard Keydra, I interviewed Keydra, and she said you used to run her from the bar.
She not call that man that.
Well, she must have been underage.
Yeah.
She was underage, cause back in my day, stay in your place. Didn't do that disrespect stuff like the kids doing today. Disrespect your mama, talk back to your mama. Back when I was coming up, you couldn't do that. It wasn't constitutional. That's why I ran her out of here.
We got different level of intelligence. She told me you told her to go somewhere and read a book.
Yeah, read something. Education. Well, you know, hey, Tanya.
You know what? Go ahead, keep talking.
You know, I'm about to tell you. Film Sean a little bit. I'm gonna get back.
Tell you, she said you used to run her away from here and tell her to go read some books, and you know that probably had a big impact on her. You know, she was a college professor or something, and she's right here teaching and writing poetry and everything else.
So I inspired her.
You did?
Yeah, keep her. Hey, look how she is now. She needs to drop me off something. She doing all that. Drop me off something. Show me that she appreciates. Run her out the bottom. At the bottom, I'm happy to be here.
And what you say, you're still a tramp.
It's different now. It's all good,
What's different about it?
Respect for one. Respect. Respect your elders, your mama and your daddy. Respect them, your days will be long ones. Where they going now, it ain't fair. I can't stand a youngin' that talk back to their mama.
Shirley Garner.
You know?
You know me, don't you, Earl? You know Frank? Well, I know you, Tanya.
How you know me?
So you used to come down to the bottom all the time.
Who was I with?
You don't know her because he said she used to come down in the bar.
He don't know her. You used to come down here in the bottom sometime when over there John Williams when he was living that club there. Back in the day.
There was a club that I guess had
James White.
It was one down here that I used to come to a little bit.
Yeah, I remember. Go.
I thought Earl said he knows me, y'all, but I don't know about that. Ooh.
So it went from them telling the little boys, like I remember when Corey cut school one day. They called Corey, Drip Corey.
Your Corey. Okay.
He cut school one day, and they called his older brother because he was chilling in the bottom.
Okay.
They called his older brother, and his older brother came down there and showed out and took him home. But that's what the bottom used to be.
Yeah.
And since then, I have watched it turn into something totally different. From before, it was young girl get from down here, young man go do something better, to now it's young man come sell this crack from me, young lady let me come sleep with you, let me be your man, you know what I'm saying? And so it's different for me now, so I don't go down there really at all unless I'm going to see my Uncle Fam, or on a rare occasion that I'm going to pick up some food from Brown's for somebody. But I'm sorry.
I just want to say, you saying that, excuse me for cutting you off, I hear, because when you were talking about going to church revival and not hearing the secular music over the revival that's going on over here, there was a level of respect that has been lost, and there's a level of safety
and trust
that has been lost.
Definitely, because when I walked through the bottom, I was never afraid, because even if I knew if somebody thought to come at me wrong, Leroy was there, Dennis was there.
Right.
Everybody knew my Uncle Fam. Everybody knew my Uncle Henry, my Uncle Pista. Like, my Uncle Fam is my mom's brother, but my other uncles were my grandmother's brothers. Okay. But they had such a rapport and a respect from the people in Laura's that they just knew these not the girls we want to play with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just us. Yeah. You know, there were other people too who was just in that mode, and that it was a different time. The village was there. If we stayed in that bottom too long or held a conversation with somebody, when we got home, somebody knew it, and we were in trouble. And they only had regular phones then. You know what I'm saying?
Landlines.
Yeah, somebody knew it.
So the dynamics have definitely changed. Definitely changed. And it sounds like, of course, not for the better. And that's a part of why I'm doing this and why I'm focusing on the bottom, because I see such great potential that the bottom has. It's a historical black community that was thriving.
Absolutely.
Businesses that were owned by black individuals who were well respected and who had thriving businesses that people loved and enjoyed visiting and patronizing.
Right, because one thing I can say about John Powell, because that was the only place that we were allowed to go, was John Powell, and you only get in his little stuff on the counter. Okay. That's it. And maybe a soda. And to Brown's. So those were the only two places we were allowed to go. But if at any time somebody was in there too drunk, and Tama used to be in there a lot, so a lot of the times that's who we interacted with, Twice wife Tama. Okay. She used to be behind the counter. But if Mr. John Powell happened to be back there and somebody was a little too drunk and said something to us, he checked that right away. That's different. I don't even go to barbershops now because they don't check their barbers about the misogyny in there.
Thank you. And I hate to get off topic, but I appreciate you saying that, because I was in a barber shop in another city. We won't name it because we're sticking to Lord's right now. And I just noticed how They did not care about the way they spoke, the language they used, the conversation they had, the topics they had. And I was utterly disgusted. And I even said something, you know, and something was said or whatever, but I came back again and it didn't change.
Right.
And I was so disappointed, you know.
Right.
Because children.
So Shakedra, as we were talking, you talked about how it felt different getting out the car and how you, can you go back over that?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually been out down here. I might ride through and speak to a few family members, but not necessarily get out of the car. So it's just being in the middle of the street is kind of like going down memory lane from just being at Caves, looking at everything that was going on next door at Players Club. We could hear music. We could see the people outside sitting on top of their cars, just laughing and talking. Of course, going to Brown's to get a chicken bowl, or their famous chitlin bowl for some people. That wasn't my thing, but the chicken bowl was cool. John Powell's, of course, that's gone now. But just Uncle Henry's crab stand. R.I.P. Uncle Henry, he just passed last week. His funeral was a couple of days ago. But yeah, it was just all love down here. It's different now. The atmosphere is different. It's not as kid friendly as it used to be, but it's still all love down here. I can tell when I ride through and I see people standing around the fire pit talking and stuff. It's always laughing. It's always, you know, smiles. It's never like grimacing or anything like that. It just looks like love. So it's still here.
So our main purpose of coming here is to capture footage of where you talked about earlier in an earlier interview that you used to come down here with your grandma and go to tent revival.
Right.
Is that right?
Right. So right over here in this little open space area, we came down here for a tent revival, and I just remember being under this really big white tent and sitting on these hard aluminum chairs and face being greasy, shoes shiny, because of course my grandmother put Vaseline on our little church shoes as well, and having these big old like ruffled socks that almost hit the dirt too. So it was crazy.
So this is the area here.
Yeah, right over here. at the top of the road.
Let's walk out.
And it's crazy because I'm an adult now. It doesn't seem like it's such a big area. But yeah, this is where we used to be. Right at the top of the street. And then of course we can hear Mr. Cooley over there by Sonny Brown's. He used to have his amp and his microphone preaching all day about how everybody in the bottom was going to hell and to stop sinning. And I have a different belief system now, but I just remember being a kid and just being so afraid of going to hell because I used to hear Mr. Cooley preaching about hell all of the time. Like I don't recall him preaching about, you know, the good things that could happen. He was always preaching to the people in the bottom. And I just remember being so afraid to go to hell because, you know, that's all he talked about. So for a while I used to be afraid to come through here because I was like, everybody that goes in the bottom is going to hell. They're going to burn. They're going to be on fire forever and it's not going to be very fun. So I don't want to do that. But of course, with my Uncle Henry being down here selling crabs and stuff, we would come down here for that, and I just was like, it doesn't seem so bad. It doesn't seem so bad, but to listen to Mr. Cooley telling everybody down here was going to burn in hell. Nobody had a chance to make it. And of course I was young, so that could just be how my young mind interpreted it. But I just remember, like, we had to walk past him to get here. So it was scary. It was scary.
So, your fondest memory?
Of the bottom?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So my Aunt Janice, R.I.P. Janice, she used to live in a trailer up there at the top of the road. And so we used to come down here a lot with her while my mom was at work or like during the summertime and stuff. And we could just sit in the yard and see everything that's going on in the bottom, but not necessarily have to come down here in it. But one of my fondest memories, I don't know if you know Eric Cox, but it was this tall tree in her yard, and Eric kept climbing the tree. And his Aunt Cricket said, Pooh, that's what she called Eric, Pooh, stop climbing the tree before you fall. So he climbed so high in the tree and was like bragging because none of us would try it, and he fell. And we were afraid at first, but Cricket snatched him up. He was crying. He had sticks all in his hair and his shirt. He was so dirty, like, and she was just fussing at him. And when we were afraid until she started fussing. And then it was all of the little kids just cracked up laughing because we knew he was all right. Well, if Cricket is not scared, then we shouldn't be scared. He made it. But I'll never forget how he fell out of that tree, and he was so dirty. And when he was crying, you know, he had the little muddy puddles coming down his face. So and right after that, I believe we ate some crabs from Uncle Henry's shack. So
Keisha, I said fondest, not funniest.
That is just, I will never forget that. That was just so hilarious. But most of my fondest memories are of being down at the other end of the street, at the crab shack. But my most recent, the most recent memory that is very fond to me is for Bad. I think y'all call him Bad, but I call him Jamar, R.I.P. Jamar. But I think it may have been, and it's been a couple of years too, because I think it may have been 2014 or 15. There was a lot of shooting going around, a lot of unsolved murders with Doodoo and some other young kids. It was just a lot of young kids being murdered due to gun violence. So I gathered some people, and we were doing a prayer walk around Lourdes, just manifesting positive things for the young black males and the youth in and around Lourdes. And we came through the bottom with our signs, and not a lot of people showed up, and it was cool because the people who did show up were serious. So we came through the bottom, and Jamar was down here, and of course he cracked a few jokes or whatever. But when we left the bottom, he walked with us. So he walked the rest of the way with us. He was doing a little chants with us, and you know, joking with the kids, and you know, doing some little raps and stuff like that. And then to lose him after that to gun violence, it hurt, but that's one of my most precious memories, is that, you know, he took the time, even though he was in the bottom doing whatever it is he was doing, he took the time to finish that walk with us and manifest some positive things on these streets against gun violence, and, you know, just motivating the young kids that were in that crowd with us too. So that is my most fondest memory of that being one of the last times we actually talked in link, because we talked as we were walking through the city and stuff too. So.
And he was an artist too.
He was, most definitely. Even when he was in jail, when he was in prison, he would reach out to me and we would talk about what he was going to do with his music, and you know, when he got home. And so it was just that was a great moment for not only for me but for the younger kids who were with us as well. So that was a good moment.
Thank you so much. As always, I appreciate your time, your giving, personal experiences here in the bottom, the impact that it's had on your life. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
I swear to tell the truth, everybody that I knew and everybody that was cool, everybody that's around don't really want you to go and get in that position that you supposed to. That's why I'm watching everybody now I get close to. Got them all waiting, trying to figure out my next move. How you making moves? Round the city high. Man, I'm making moves in a whole nother city high. Trying to take off and shine like the city lights bright, you know, so everybody see. More food on the table so everybody eat. The past is irrelevant, the future on me. If I fall, we fall. If I ball, we ball. I told y'all, but y'all ain't wanna listen. Now everybody see that this music is religion. Losing ain't an option, I'm winning. Loco, bright lights are shining. Bright lights shining, y'all. We ain't going nowhere. They shining right here in the city. They gon' get to know we cameras rolling. I ain't gonna let us down, y'all. I got us. They can say what they want to say. Let them go ahead. But they ain't gonna tell you that Loco ain't try. I tried. I got us. Put my word on it. Put my word on it.
My time. Yo, what's the time, yo? I don't know, whatever, man. What you mean, whatever? I'm saying. Shit, you tell me the time. Man, you put a price on your shit, man. Don't know whatever, motherfucker. Nah, serious.
Yeah. I put my hand on the Bible and